Okay. Welcome to episode 23. That's right, 23. 23 weeks of the West Coast Sports Junkies. Best time you've ever had on a podcast. Oh, yeah. That's right. We are here. We are not live. We're recording. But before we get into what we're doing, I just wanted to give a quick shout out here. I got some stuff going on here. So I've got a here we go. It's an in honor of kind of evening, and in honor of Mr. Schick, Mike's favorite player, we got the Pilsen Czech, the Pilsner Urquell. Okay, good beer. I got that going. Schick, buddy, Golden Boot Sharer. And then for the winners, I got this one going. Oh, yeah. That's the Peroni. The one that I called last week, by the way. Hold on. Let me just have a sip of that.
You got to pick right, buddy. Congrats.
The one that counts. So let me see the write-up here. Similar to the Coors Light that was made for the Tampa Bay Lightning from the actual game ice, this is made with real English tears. Anyways. All right. That is my joke of the night. That's the joke of the night. Episode 23. Excellent joke. Okay. We're going to get into it. We got the World Cup to talk about. What an amazing finish to the story. Absolutely awesome. I thought that the outcome was where it needed to be. We'll get into it. We're not going to talk about it now. We're going to talk about the Tampa Bay Lightning. We're going to talk about Mr. Me Lucky Charms and his ankle. We're going to talk about a couple other things. But before we do, let's get into the beer of the night. And this is quite a big beer. As you can see, it's a big beer. It's, a little bit, big different size matters. So
Crowler.
It's a Crowler. And it's North Basin Brewing out of a Soyuz. Ty, you want to, since you got this beer, actually, you know what? I'm surprised, Ty. Typically, with these beers that we get, I thought you were going to get something, this is brewed in a Soyuz, BC. I was expecting Thunder Bay, Ontario, or maybe Hamilton or Simcoe or something like that. But you came through, you came proudly BC brewed. So what do we got here, Ty? What are we doing here?
Well, before we get into that, I had Sleeman's one time on the show, man. Like, give me a break. You got to end the joke sometime here.
Yeah, okay. And you like Crown Royal as your drink of choice too, right? So anyways.
You got me there. I can't argue that.
Yeah.
So yeah, as I mentioned the last podcast, I was up in Osoyoos and was able to stop in at the North Basin Brewing Company in Osoyoos, BC. It's actually right below the Watermark Resort. I don't know if our listeners are familiar with that, but I know a lot of you guys are on the podcast here. It's a great spot. They had a really good lineup of beers. I did a couple tasting flights, and I actually picked this beer out hoping to be a celebratory beer because this was midway through the Euro tournament and England was on their run. They came up short in the final, like we'll get into shortly here, but this is the Sir Winston British Golden Ale that we're trying tonight. So, Govik, why don't you crack that beer for us? I already cracked mine.
I will crack it. And then, Mike, why don't you give us the lowdown?
He doesn't have the write-up. He's not ready for the class, so I'll go ahead and read the little write-up here.
Okay, read the write-up. There was something that stood out to me there. I really liked it. So go.
Oh, that's in the next beer, Chris.
I thought this is the...
No, we're doing the British Golden Ale.
Come on,
Sir Winston.
You're ejaculating prematurely, bro. Again.
It's pretty easy to mix them up, huh? And drink them early.
Hold on.
It is. This is
He pukes again.
This is the new brewery. Just opened November of last year. But yeah, so this British Golden Ale called the Sir Winston offers a taste of the classic English hop, the almighty Fuggles. I had to look that up, and that is actually an English hop.
Yeah.
Notes of lemongrass, mint, and tea. It offers the floral and earthy flavors that you can expect from the rainy kingdom to the east. We added a smooth wheat backbone to this classic style to add a bit of a Soyuz sunshine to the cup.
Cool. So I'm
Cheers,
guessing
guys.
they're referencing. Cheers. They're referencing Sir Winston Churchill, if I am not mistaken.
They are, but for this particular beer, it's actually named after a Jack Russell Terrier named Winston.
I knew it was a dog.
That is
I knew it was a dog. I knew
the
it.
dog, the OG shop dog of the North Basin Brewing Company. So,
Tasty. Did
There
you
we
go in
are.
there, Ty?
yeah,
Check
yeah, I
it
sat
out.
in there, had a couple tasting flights. It was nice
Nice.
to get out of the 44-degree heat in Soyuz. They had some really good AC flowing. Yeah, just great little spot. Had a few flights before I went back to the lake.
Very nice.
Right on, man. Cool. Thanks for the beers. Delicious.
Anytime.
Govik, I'm just itching here. I have to correct you. You were talking about your little chic beer and how he tied Ronaldo. He did not tie Ronaldo. Ronaldo officially won
Because of the assist.
Golden Boot because of the assist for all our Portuguese and Cristiano Ronaldo
Oh,
fans.
who gives a
He
shit?
did
Italia,
win.
baby.
He did win the
Italia.
Golden Boot
Yeah.
for the Euro Cup.
Campeonato del Mondo.
You know who gives a shit? Actually, I give a shit. Okay.
Nicely done.
Anyways, yes, nicely
How's
done.
it feel, boys? You gotta buy me a jersey.
Yeah,
I
it's
need a
Yeah,
double
I think-
XL minimum.
Oh, I was gonna say I just ordered you a medium.
I go
They-
around my right
They don't
arm.
make Italian soccer jerseys bigger than a medium.
Yeah. No shit,
know.
eh?
I don't know. What a game, huh? That was a good game. To me, you know what? The final lived up to the hype. That first goal, oof,
Give me
that
2
went in-
minutes.
it came in 2 minutes. My brother-in-law is telling me, a friend of the show, he was telling me he's at the Italian Center. He said it went so quiet. He's like, they got there and everybody got there half an hour early. They're like, yeah, they got the Peronis in hand. They're, pumped up. Yeah, all this stuff. Yeah, the whole Rocky syndrome. And then as soon as they scored, it just went quiet. But then you can see.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So you
cutting
can
off.
you can see as the game's going, you could see the first 20 minutes, it was all England, and then after that it was like not
All
even
Italy,
close.
all Italy, yeah. It was
All
almost
Italy.
you could sense the goal was coming. I was talking to Dan earlier actually, and I feel like that I don't know if it did, but that goal changed the game for England. They scored so early. I don't know if they changed their game plan or what, but it feels like they just sat back. And how can you score 2 minutes in and try to protect a lead in a
Because
Euro Cup final?
Gareth Southgate is the master football mind, as they call him. He's such a good coach. I mean, it showed right to the end of the game when he puts the 19-year-old in on the fifth kick. Like it just so much class, so much brains there.
You were loving that. Hey, I know you're
I
a huge
was-
fan of Southgate.
Oh,
Maybe I might get in trouble for saying this, but I found the game to be extremely boring. I thought it was a snooze fest. The only thing about the soccer game that was exciting was the penalty kicks at the end.
yeah, you're gonna get into some trouble.
I
for saying
kind of
that.
That's
agree
because
with you,
don't
Mike.
know
It
anything
was a
about soccer,
snooze
Mike.
fest, man.
No, I kind
And
of agree
actually,
with Mike.
that
don't think it lived up to
those
the hype.
penalty. What do you think? Do you think that most games, even if you go to the NHL, or we talk about the NHL, they go to penalty shots in the regular season. Would you rather see the teams go to a sudden death, next goal wins it, even in soccer, or do you like that penalty kick? Format.
It's just what, it's part of the game, and that's the way it's always been, and just the way it is, man. Are you going to change the rules for the NFL to touchdown?
Hard to do penalty kicks in the NFL, but you can.
They have
I'm
changed
talking
the rules
about,
a few times in the
the
NFL. though.
NHL. In the say the Stanley Cup playoffs. Do you want to go? The next goal wins, or would you like to see penalty shootout? I think penalty shootout would be insanely exciting to see. If it's like Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals, holy shit, man! That's what that in essence what the Euro Cup was.
I know
right?
what you're saying, Mike, and it makes sense. But like Govik said, it's how it is. It's the history. It's just how the game is.
Yeah, and
A lot of people don't like it, but they are exciting.
And if teams, if soccer were to be continuing to go into overtime, look at the size of the field. It's not realistic compared to ice hockey. where I mean,
Yeah, where
you
you-
could
where you
quickly
change-
the pace of play. 1 second, 2 seconds from one end of the rink to the other. I mean, it
Yeah,
would
but-
take like literally 5 minutes to get the ball from one end to the other.
But here's the thing: is that you're changing your players on the fly. Everybody's getting a little
That
bit of
too.
a rest.
Yeah, exactly. that
That's
too.
going. Yeah, it's a fast game.
You're getting
it's a tough
fresh
game.
people on every like 30 seconds. So
Yeah. Where
I'm just
you
saying
know,
the one thing that really stuck out to me like a sore thumb was how exciting that was compared to the fucking 250 minutes of boring ass play that I watched.
It wasn't the best game of the Euro Cup.
hold on. Did you
But
even
But it was
watch it?
120 minutes or whatever it was.
Did you even watch it? Where'd you watch it?
I watched it here. I recorded it.
Oh, you recorded it. Yeah, that's why you already knew the outcome. What are you going to watch it for?
I actually watched the penalty kicks live.
And then you went and watched the game after?
Oh fuck. Yeah. Shoot me in the foot, man.
Well,
But yeah, for that game, I feel like England played not to lose after that goal, and they didn't play to win. And
No,
that's,
you know what?
That's what cost them, in my opinion.
England played exactly how they were supposed to and exactly how they're capable of. So that's that team. That I've been saying it all tournament. They got, you know what? Denmark got robbed, absolutely robbed. England played all of their games at home other than one game. Like they had such a big advantage. Nobody ever thinks about that. Huge advantage, playing in England. And you know what? They got outplayed. And that game should have been, Italy had a couple other chances. Bonucci's goal was a grinding goal. It was a tough
It was off
goal.
the post. Goalie
It was
made the
off the
save.
post,
Off
goalie
the
made the
post.
save.
Oh yeah.
But Italy could.
They didn't have a
scored
ton
couple
of good looks, though, other than that.
Yes, they did. I think they did. I just think that they shot. What's his name? Shot wide the whole time. So, you know what? England got outplayed, and England shouldn't have won that game. And if they had won that game, it would have been unfair to Italy. But you know what?
I don't think it would have been unfair, but
it would have been unfair. It totally would have been unfair.
One
Especially with
thing
the whole Denmark
about one thing about Southgate though, everyone's been knocking him about the penalty choices. Yes, granted, he screwed that up. But anything before that, he strategically had a strategy, like you said, Govik, he's a mastermind. I'm jokingly, but he did have a strategy throughout the entire tournament. He stuck with it. He made some pretty interesting substitutions early on in the tournament, and he decided to stick with his gun. What he thought at that moment was what he should have done. It obviously didn't work. If that 19-year-old kid had scored the goal, I think everyone in the world would have been singing a different tune.
Well, it would have tied it up then. But
well, yeah, but they had all the opportunities to win in the penalty shot. They missed. So I mean, if those kids
and those are the guys he subbed in.
Well, yeah,
he subbed them in for the penalty kick.
It just turns out that they were sitting on the bench. But what if they did score?
No,
he would have been like the biggest thing in the world.
Dan, he subbed them in. He subbed in Sancho and Rashford with 2 minutes left in extra
in like
time.
117th minute. Yeah, no, I get it.
So he put them in
totally
for
agree.
the penalty shootout. For the penalty shootout, he put them in. They all missed.
Yeah.
It made me so happy.
Yeah.
And you know what? You guys would have loved.
I felt bad for those guys.
I didn't feel bad for Rashford. I didn't feel bad for Sancho. Right? No, I felt bad for the kid, for the 19-year-old.
The 19-year-old kid. Yeah.
I felt bad for him. He was bawling his eyes out. Listen, that's a tough call, whatever. But end of the day, the better team won, and that's all we're here. That I love that poetic justice when that actually happens. Better team won. Donnarumma, player of the tournament. But I maybe I would have picked Schick almost. Schick had a really good tournament. Donnarumma,
what? You going with my eyes for talent?
Yeah, man, he was good.
He had more shootouts though.
Okay, real quick,
that's why he
did. While you break this down, I was shot as I had England in there as the last remaining team of our bet, other than Italy. So, congrats, Mike, on your jersey win.
Thanks, brother. I got a shot, and I'll do it with you. This is for the Italian team and the champions of the Euro 2020.
So I'll drink with you guys. Right, cheers. My Peroni. Cheers.
Cheers. So, Govik, have you heard the rumors of Dollarama where he might sign?
Dollarama. His name is Donnarumma, man. It's a fucking Dollarama.
Dollarama.
Okay,
No,
I like that Dollarama. That could be his nickname.
Yeah.
He was with Milan last
Wasn't
year.
it a free transfer too?
They're talking about PSG is talking about signing him.
Yeah,
Isn't
I
he
know.
really young, like 21 years old?
Yeah, he's like
22.
21.
Wow.
22, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I the French league to me, it's not a thing for me. That's why Neymar's hiding there. It's just it's he's got no competition. Like it's just yeah.
It's not a thing for me really either. I don't really like the French league. I'd rather see a Super League.
Yeah, I know you would. I'd rather see him play in like Madrid or
Yeah, big market.
Barca. Yeah, something. Well, PSG's a big market. It's not that. It's just the league, right? It's
Yeah.
they've got one good team, two good teams, not even two good teams. It's one good team, and if you throw him in the Bundesliga, you got five good teams.
Mhm.
You throw him in the Italian league, okay, he came from there. Yeah, another five good teams. Spanish league, another five good teams, and then you got the Premier
There's
League.
a lot of leagues
There's
you got going on there. Going.
The Premier League, it's got a
That's
bunch
the
of
problem,
good
Mike.
teams.
That's why the Super League would be amazing.
How about the
it's
MLS league?
Yeah, MLS, he would not
It's
be
the bottom of the pile.
The World Soccer League. Go,
There you
go,
go.
Ty.
It's got a nice
You're with
ring
me.
to it.
Let's make this up, man. The World
It's got a
Soccer
nice ring
League.
to it. Well, they tried something like this and it failed miserably.
They
Yeah.
can keep their teams. We'll make our own fucking teams.
Hey, Messi, come with me for a second, please.
Yeah.
Well, he's a free agent. That's going to be the.
By the
biggest
way, I also
transfer.
watched the Copa America league game there. Messi just looks like he's on another level. As soon as he gets that ball, he's faster than if he didn't have the ball, I say.
Yeah.
Awesome that he got his first major tournament win. Hey,
Mhm.
Mhm.
He looked amazing too in that. Even in that
First
game,
one at
team
the end of
scored.
his career. That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, but I still
you got
honestly
one.
that game was a snoozer as well. Just gonna say.
how many does Ronaldo have?
Well, he's got one at
He's
least.
got a Euro. He's got a whole bunch.
He's
I
got
mean,
one.
in terms of on the world stage. Yeah, he's got.
He's got under 21. I think he's got. He's got
Oh
a
yeah, I
lot.
meant the Copa Euro World Cup. But speaking of World Cup, do you see your buddy Horgan there today, Chris?
No, what do you say now?
He's changed his tune about Vancouver hosting 2026
It's too
World
late.
Cup games.
The fucking
No.
ship has sailed.
There's time.
You know what? He will completely redeem himself. In my mind, if he comes back and makes that happen, he will completely redeem himself. I'm not an NDP guy, never was really, but I would if he brings the World Cup here, you might have my vote. Honestly,
Is there gonna be a beer gardens at this World Cup here?
there's like the
100%.
Heineken
Oh my
house
God.
and the
Yeah, man, it's
there's-
like the Olympics. almost
like the
in terms
Olympics,
of the
man.
houses.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
oh, it's
I'll be
bigger
at the
than the
Molson
Olympics.
Canadian house then, baby.
and it's in the summer too, so even better.
Yeah. Oh man, he will complete. What did he say, Ty?
I was just reading a
Now
couple.
he's all
report-
interested in
I
it.
was
Look at how happy Govic is.
reading a couple reporter tweets. I haven't read the article yet, but it just said Horgan says BC is in a totally different place now and sounds like Vancouver is back in as a possible host city. They're not there yet, but preliminary discussions have begun.
What? Do you know
Yeah,
that they wanted Vancouver to be one of the pinnacle cities? Like they wanted the
Oh
final
yeah, I
to be
remember.
played
That's
here?
why you're so pissed about it.
Oh, I was so
When
mad.
is this, guys?
2026.
Oh, so there's a World Cup next year, right? 2022.
Yep.
Where's that?
Qatar.
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 Oh man, so the game's gonna be like middle of the night kind of thing.
Yeah.
Probably
8 in the
yeah.
morning.
That'll
It'll be like
weird.
this one. It'll be like this one. It's not the time zone is I think an hour difference from Europe, so it'll be like this in Qatar.
All right, cool.
But yeah, how awesome would it be having World Cup games here? in
Oh my
Vancouver,
god,
man?
I'm getting goosebumps, man. I'm
Never
getting
mind.
goosebumps.
Canada has a shot at getting in this one.
They
They're
no
doing pretty good.
host nation gets in automatically.
Okay, but
We have a
is it-
shot
we're not
at
the host-
the 20
Is it in Canada or North America?
North
there's
America,
some-
but we're considered a
We're
host city.
considered a host city.
Oh, no
Edmonton has like 5 games.
Okay,
We're
but
gonna have to
Canada
go
might
to
actually
Edmonton.
qualify for 2022. Correct.
Correct. Yeah, they're in the
That's-
final group stage of qualifying.
That would be
right now.
awesome. Yeah.
We got I got because well, we don't have a good team. We got 2 good players in David and Davies.
Davies. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's easy to remember.
yeah.
For sure.
Alfonso Davies, he's like a phenom, man. It's unbelievable. Like what he does in Germany, it's crazy.
Does he play for Bayern?
Of course he plays
Yeah,
for
he
Bayern. He
does.
plays for the best team in the world, man. Okay?
Okay.
You heard it here.
All right.
Okay.
You heard it here, man. So, no, it was, anyways, back to the Euro. You know, I had a good time. I got obliterated at 9 a.m. a couple of days, and like I had to take days off of work, and I was tired, and I felt sick. But at the end of the day, it was fun. I really enjoyed the Euro. I thought it was great. I think the champions, you know, Germany, Spain, everybody who, you know, the Dutch, they pulled another Dutch one. Belgium, okay. But you know what? All in all, it was a good tournament. I think there was a lot of surprises. I think that a lot of teams are going to change their tactics when it comes to the next cup. I think my team, I think they need to make a couple changes. They did have an exciting game. I think it was that day. I still think that was the most exciting day of the Euro, was when Croatia and Spain played, and then France
Without a doubt.
and Swiss. Yeah,
100% best day. Yeah. Most exciting.
yeah, most
See,
exciting.
those are good games. I wouldn't say those are snooze fests. I think that the last game was a snooze fest, but those
Comparing it to that
Yeah,
day,
you can't even-
100% it is.
Yeah.
It's just a bigger game, right? It's the
Like
final.
two huge comebacks. I mean, one went all the way, and the other one fell kind of short, the Croatian one. But good games all in all. I thought it was great. I thought, my team, I think they're going to make some changes. Hopefully a coaching change, but you never know. We'll get that.
Who do you want to
sorted
see
out.
there? Mandzukic?
Somebody
Southgate.
else. No, yeah. Oh, don't make me puke. I would like to see somebody else. He had a good run in the World Cup. I think he had a lot of talent behind him too, right? For 2018. So, second place, that's nothing to shake your head at.
Who are you talking about?
The
Southgate?
Croatian coach.
Oh.
But I think it's time for a change. I think a new coach should come in there and maybe make something happen. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, Spain, they're almost an up and coming team now, because all the older guys are gone. It's a young team. They lost to Italy. It was a tight game. They didn't deserve to win. They beat Croatia. They just outscored them.
I thought the Swiss were going to beat them. I thought the Swiss deserved to beat them too.
Yeah,
Right? That was a pretty tight. That went to penalty shots.
it did.
Exciting moment.
Very.
But yeah, Spain for sure. They're up and coming. They're young. Remember like the Spain team that was dominant with
Iniesta and
Chevy Alonso and those guys.
Yeah, and Fabregas and
They pretty much had Barcelona's team.
Yeah,
Their Spain national team was pretty much Barcelona.
They were a fucking good team. Sergio
they won
Ramos.
the World and the Euro, right? Like
Yeah.
back to back or something like that.
Back to back.
Yeah.
They were really
that
good.
was a powerhouse of a team for sure.
Well, Germany did that, didn't they? Lately, Germany won the World Cup, and then they won the Euro, or did they just win the World? Anyways,
I don't know.
but yeah. So Spain was the man. Like you drool when you listen to some of the names that were on that team, but they're all gone. They're all old. Now it's time for the new era to come in, and I think that the World Cup is going to be another moment for them where they go pretty far. So we'll see what happens.
And you know what's fucking sad is it makes me feel old too.
Yeah, makes me feel
You know?
old too.
Like we're
You know
talking about
what?
like Buffon. I remember Buffon when he was like I was in high school, right? And he played all the way up until the last World Cup or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah,
You know? It's like
He
shit.
played till he was pretty old, though.
Yeah,
I know.
So he was.
Oh, yeah. Now you got this
Hold on, we're talking
22-year-old
about
in
that.
goals. Like, who's this guy? Come on.
Yeah, but you know what? Ronaldo's my age. So
Isn't he 36?
yeah. Well, I'm
He's
37.
37, bro.
Yeah, okay. Well, whatever. Anyways, I've been following Ronaldo, the whole time.
But I remember
Yeah.
him in high school too.
Yeah. Right after
He
high
was like
school.
he was like young in the league, becoming famous, like probably like 16 to 18, right?
Yeah, he was like 18, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing him. He used to put cotton in his ears because couldn't listen to the fans. It was distracting him.
Crazy.
Well, it's going to be fun to see the World Cup, obviously. And because of COVID, it's only a year wait now, like Chris was saying last episode. And now we can
so
see how
good.
these teams test themselves against the best in the world, not just in Europe.
Well, here's another thing. Let's get to the Copa America. Okay, so Argentina wins. First time since Maradona that they won something significant. I don't like Messi, but I like Neymar less. Okay, so to see it was Neymar.
I can
against
understand
Messi.
not liking Neymar, but how do you not like Messi, man?
I don't like Messi.
As a soccer fan,
I don't like him.
why?
Just don't. He's too cocky.
So I don't know too much about soccer.
Cocky. Ronaldo is the cockiest soccer player I've ever seen.
Ronaldo gives people lots of money. Poor people. Okay.
Yeah.
Any of those
He's
superstars come with that level of cockiness for sure.
No. Arrogance, cockiness. Yeah. Sorry. Messi's just he's.
Let's call it
He
confidence.
donates a lot of money too, man.
Not like Ronaldo, but
Ronaldo like broadcasts it though. So everybody knows.
Messi came from a rich family. Ronaldo came from nothing. Right. This is my whole.
That's not his fault.
I'm not going to sit here.
Anyways, okay, guys, listen. Would this happen, and could this happen in soccer? Could they have like a friendly? So Italy won the Euro, Argentina won the Copa. Could they do a friendly Italy-Argentina game and like make it like a pay-per-view event?
They should just skip the World Cup and let.
Would
those
that ever
two
happen
teams
or
play.
no? Because that doesn't happen in soccer.
Oh, it happens. It's just that you can't watch it on TV, unfortunately.
And it's an exhibition, so it's not the same. It's not
It
the same
doesn't-
level. Like
So
everybody doesn't play.
It doesn't hold any weight, right? It doesn't mean shit.
Exactly.
Doesn't mean nothing. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. But you know what? Salute to the paisans, all of you
Cheers.
paisanos, all you compadres. Congratulations to you. You know what? Well deserved. Mancini, we didn't even talk about him. What a fuck. They haven't lost into like 35 games now.
Unbeaten, right?
Unbeaten. And not unbeaten the old Italian way where it's like, defend, score a goal, and then come back and tie and whatever. Go down, fucking hammer the ball in, score a bunch of goals. Beautiful. I love it. I like the style. I'm very impressed. So,
And how about Chiellini? He's the only one from the 2006 team that won the World Cup to be on this team, right?
Yes, and he looks a lot older than he is, but
Yeah,
hey,
and I think his nose grew too.
yeah, it did.
He had a couple interesting tackles there in the final.
I love that one where he pulled the shirt. Ooh,
Yeah.
that was veteran move. Hardcore.
100%.
Yeah. He needed to do that at that moment. So, anyways, congratulations, Zuri, Forza Zuri. Look at that. Okay, right there. Congratulations, and I'll drink to that. So before we stop talking about soccer, because this is the last thing I need to say, the English, the true colors came out, okay, of the English team and the English fans and the English mentality.
Don't say the English team. It's not the English team.
No, sorry, the fans of the English team.
Yes.
Okay. The English mentality that they're having right now as fans and hooligans. They've been sanctioned before where they couldn't have fans in the stadium because the hooligans are idiots. Well, here's some more. Now, the beginning of the game, and there's another fact I'm going to tell you at the very end that you didn't know, but I'll tell you that. Beginning of the game, fans rushing the gates, trying to get in without tickets. Existing fans with tickets trying to fight them off. It's a big brawl at the beginning of the game. Then mid-game, there's some altercations going on. English on English altercations, not English on Italian. We'll save that for last. English on English. Getting involved inside the stadium, things happen, I guess. Okay. Then the penalty shots and the amount of racism that's coming out of this is disgusting. Okay. Yes. The 3 penalty shot kicks that were missed by black guys. It has nothing to do with skin color. Okay. It happened. It's just the way it happened. For those guys to go on social media and start saying, it's because they're black and blah, blah, blah. Completely wrong. And that is the big story right now, is the whole racial thing with the English fans. But what nobody's reporting is that day after the game, 17 Italian fans got stabbed in the stadium. 17. Nobody's talking about that. They're talking about it on Italian TV, but they're not talking about it anywhere else. I got my inside sources in Italy that somebody called me and told me, just so you know. But unfortunately, the racism thing, awful. Like, come on, really? Like, it's 2021, guys. Like, this isn't the Sir Winston Churchill era. No
Doesn't
pun
matter
intended.
if it is or if it isn't,
No,
man. But is that an
It's
actual?
terrible.
Does that actually happen? Like, is that the only people that missed the shots were black people or whatever? Is that true?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, it's terrible, and it seems to be a major problem in England and with English fans. But I mean, it happens in every sport, man. It still happens here, and it's shitty. It's disgusting, like you said. It's terrible, but
Yeah,
unfortunately, it's not surprising.
I mean, even Phil Jackson, right, Mike?
Yeah, I think it's just a handful of a few people probably, naming these stories or making these allegations. I mean, that's crazy. I never thought that at all. I mean, if I was the coach, those players that went in and shot, same ones I would have selected for England. Would you have made a different selection, Chris or Ty or Dan?
No, he specifically chose those players because they're good at penalty shots. I would have done the same thing. Hey, man, listen, I don't like England. I don't like them as an organization. I don't like them as a country. I don't like them as humans. But I shouldn't say that. I mean, I don't like them as sporting people, like in sports. But if I had to choose, and I had Jadon Sancho, and I had Marcus Rashford, and I had Kyle Walker, like, those are fucking amazing players, man. Like, they are great players, and they're there for a reason, right? And even as much as I don't like him, even Raheem Sterling, amazing player. I'm not going to say that he's not. I just don't like him because he's English and because of this whole thing and whatever. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, because he's black. Like, come on, man.
No,
like,
totally. It's you know what it is. It's the media allowing these stories to go out there. That's what keeps racism alive. And I think it's fucking bullshit. They should not even be publishing this shit.
It's not even the media, man. You can go on Instagram.
This?
You go look below any like Sports Center Instagram post. That's not, well, technically it's a media outlet, but the media is not reporting it. It's social media, right? You can go see, and you just see the comments, man. It's not a few. There's a lot, like Chris was saying. It is bad.
It's just like fans, people commenting, making racial.
And a lot of people are just idiots. Yeah,
people are just.
And you know what? People should be. I go back to. I remember when the Dallas Mavericks won the championship, right? I don't know what year it was, but they won it. And I remember
they beat the Heat there.
Yeah, I remember Cuban on Twitter, and he's like celebrating or whatever, and he's got a cigar and he's got the the trophy and whatnot, and people are commenting, and he's reading these comments, and he's just like, "What the hell?" Like, people are just like slashing him, just calling him like anything you can think of, and he's like, "This is just wrong." I remember him like coming out and being like, "Twitter has to do something. Twitter, these social media networks, they need to do something. They need to step up." And they do. Well, they blacklisted Trump. They should.
I knew that was coming.
They should be reading these tweets. People shouldn't be allowed to say that shit. That's fucking wrong, in my opinion.
They eventually do get blocked and banned, but I mean, there's so many, man. There's millions of accounts. Yeah. There's fake accounts. There's like bots that they sit from a different device and just post shit. Like, it's ridiculous.
It's like somebody's name is actually Rob, and they go as the alias Ron, right? On Twitter. It's just, you can do that, right?
Or Tinder.
Or Grindr, for that matter. So, but yeah,
it's disgusting, and there's no place for it in any sport. Doesn't matter.
No, in anywhere. I mean, I don't see. No.
And imagine those fans would be singing a different tune though if those kicks went in. It's not even guaranteed. It's not even that they're necessarily racist. They're just trying to say hurtful things because their team
upset.
Lost, and that is why. Not defending them, just saying it's disgusting, and
because they're sore losers.
100%.
Yeah, sore losers.
I mean, this is coming from, like, I was gonna say 4 white guys, but Dan, you're not white. But so three white guys at Dan. But it is wrong, and we may have, I don't know, a different perspective. Listen, my parents are immigrants. They got treated like immigrants, right? So it's, we all have our own story, but Yeah, I mean, it's come on, it's 2021, guys. Like, come on. All right, welcome back. After that short little clip. But yeah, let's talk about the Tampa Bay Lightning. So, they won, okay, in 5. Ty, good call. But what I wanted to say was
Thank
today.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Today made me laugh. Today really made me laugh when I saw one of the reports that comes in. I got it on my phone. The feed comes in, and it's like the Stanley Cup is headed to Montreal for repairs because it was dented during the parade. Hilarious.
The boat parade.
Yeah, and it was bent. Like, it wasn't just dented; it was fucked. But okay, it's going to Montreal for a couple of days to get fixed. There you go.
That's awesome, though.
I know.
I mean, if you won the Stanley Cup, you want to party hard with that thing, man. I would. It would be going everywhere with me, and I would be I would not be forgiving for that thing.
For sure.
Not at all.
And I've been known to collapse and blackout, not carrying anything. So I can just imagine carrying that trophy around.
Yeah.
That thing's got to be like 80 pounds, 100 pounds.
Kucherov's trying to outdo Ovechkin in his partying and celebrating. You guys see his post game press conference there after they won the cup? What do you guys think about that?
I think it was a little arrogant.
That was gold.
Man, it's like hockey players. You want them to be a little more controversial and exciting. Everyone says they're boring, and their responses are like robots,
Cliche.
same shit. So it was nice to see a little bit of that. He's like, Montreal had their Stanley Cup celebration after winning 1 game, and then the guy calls out Fleury. We got the best goalie in the game. Who's that goalie there? That the Vegas goalie. And just going off about it, drinking a Bud Light, slamming beers, no shirt on, just
that's awesome. I
loving
love
life,
seeing
man.
that because that's what I would do.
But you
That's
want to
100%
talk about
authentic. Yeah, we would all do that.
You want to talk about branding though? Do you know that Budweiser has opened the vault to Kucherov?
Bud Light. Bud Light.
Really?
Yeah. They
Sorry.
signed Kucherov
Bud
and
Light.
Vasilevsky. Well, yeah, same company. But
Yeah, for all the beer that they've been drinking on SportsCenter and in interviews and things like that.
It's Bud Light, man.
Hey,
It's
babe!
Bud Light.
Give me a Bud Light. They're throwing money around.
Anyways, congratulations to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Like I said earlier, they made a beer with the actual ice. They used the ice.
No, that is disgusting. Oh,
from
my God.
their
I hope
Stanley
they
Cup
boiled that
clinching
thing
game,
for like
too.
3 days before
Well, Dan,
pouring it in cans.
Dan, the alcohol kills everything. Just so you know. Okay, when you get a cut, you get an alcohol swab to wipe it off. It's the same thing. But yes, very interesting. I would love to have one of those beers. I would try it.
Oh, if I was a Tampa fan living down there, I would have bought 100%.
Oh fuck! I'd buy one for the show here, man. Never mind
Fucking-
Tampa fans.
Go big one a Bud Light made out of Kucherov's jock.
No, no.
Drain that in there.
Luongos I would, but Kucherov.
But let's just say, finally, you guys saw my story. In case there was any confusion of bringing it home, the fantasy hockey champ right here finally won a cup. Boom.
You know what it was? It was the only team I didn't pick. This whole playoffs was the fucking Tampa Bay Lightning, and they won it.
Congrats, Dan.
Yeah,
I
Mike.
didn't think it was ever going to happen, but hey.
I know.
Mikey, that's
Cheers,
telling you
buddy.
something, buddy.
I know.
All right, here's to the Tampa Bay Lightning. A little bit of Czech. Do they have a Czech player on their team? I don't know. But here, a little bit of Czech Pilsner for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Not Bud Light. No. We don't play like that here.
Back-to-back champs.
Oh, yes, the dynasty. Let's see how they make out.
They slayed the dragon! The brilliant best of Luka Modric is just too good for Scotland. Mario Mandzukic pounced and
UFC it was, boys. Wow. Me lucky charms. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna let Ty and Mike, you guys go ahead. Take it on. Tell us what happened in the UFC.
Well, yeah, it was the big card. Conor McGregor going down for the trilogy bout versus Dustin Poirier, UFC 264 in Las Vegas with a sold out crowd. We had lots of celebrities in attendance, and we started off the night with the Sugar Show, Sean O'Malley versus
Tino.
what the heck?
Chris
Matino. And I thought it was a great fight. I thought Sean O'Malley obviously destroyed him. He played with him. He did his thing, but this Matino guy just kept moving forward like a zombie. Like he did not get tagged. I mean, he it was.
What did you think of the
insane.
stoppage, Mike? In the third round.
Like Sean O'Malley said in the post-fight interview, I agreed with it and I disagreed with it. I agree with it that his head, Sean O'Malley was throwing 80% accuracy with his strikes.
Picking him apart.
And
man.
he was picking him apart like crazy. And Sean O'Malley said, if he didn't stop that fight, he probably saved him a couple years in his life, which he probably did. Like this guy just kept moving forward and he wasn't going to go down no matter what happened. So it was either the ref saw enough or it's going to go to decision. And obviously we knew who was going to win the decision, but yeah, I don't know. What did you think of that call, Tyler?
You know what? I kind of agree with what you said, but I mean, he was still fighting and he was defending himself. He was trying to. Sean O'Malley is so good that he was getting around his defense system there. He was just picking them apart, jabs, kicks, different combinations, and he really impressed. I figured he would put on a show, but I don't think O'Malley anticipated Matino lasting that long. To get that was impressive. Like he was a minus 400 favorite to finish the fight in round one.
O'Malley wanted to finish him in round one, round two for sure.
You know what? I was thinking early in the fight. Early in the fight, I was like, he just wants. We've talked about this. You've told me like he wants a little more pay-per-view time, which makes sense. He doesn't. He's on the main card. He wants a little more screen time. So I figured he would for sure finish him in round two, which he came close, in my opinion. I thought he could have, but he just kept coming forward, eating those punches. It was crazy impressive from Matino. I think Herb Dean did him a favor by ending and calling it a stoppage, but he definitely could have gone the distance.
It won't be the last time we see Matino. I think he's earned a spot in the UFC. I think that his relentless to not give up, he's gonna be there. He's kind of like a Diaz, like they don't die, right? They just keep on coming forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he earned a lot of fans for sure, a lot of respect in the fighting game. Sean O'Malley. I like. What'd you think of his his tribute to the Phoenix Suns with the dribbling and
that's kind of cool. He's
him showboating, right?
He's a good showman, yeah, for sure. Just another thing he does.
After the fight, he called out a few big names. Did you see that? He called out Cody Garbrandt and a couple other top 5 contenders.
And it's about time, man. I think I was texting you a couple days ago about it. Like I feel like he needs that next step. I feel like he's been fighting all these guys that they're good. Obviously, they're in UFC, they're good fighters, but he needs to step up in that competition to see. Because he's just running through this.
Yeah, Sean O'Malley's a different class fighter of Matino. He's a different class fighter than Smolka, he was supposed to fight in this fight. And he needs to step up his game. He needs to fight at least top 10, if not top
100%.
5. I want to see a Garbrandt fight for sure. Someone up there, and that would be the ultimate test for him because they're not gonna, they may be able to take him down. They're going to be able to bang with him. You know what I mean? Can he pick them apart like he has these other contenders, that he's fought? So,
that's
what we got to see with O'Malley. So the next fight that we had Aldana come out victorious in round 1. I thought her striking was going to be the deciding factor, and it was.
It was. I was surprised it was finished so quick too, though.
Yeah, same here. I thought it was a
First
closer
round?
fight on the odds and everything, but for
Mhm.
sure, I thought that's how it was sort of going to go. But yeah, nothing too exciting there for me, other than maybe now she might get the next shot at Nunez, which would be huge for her. But
Yeah, no,
Nunez,
for
right?
sure.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. And yeah, the next fight there, we got that Tai Tuvasa, who
Yeah.
fought former disgraced NFL player Greg Hardy. And I
Yeah.
think that fight went exactly how 99% of the population wanted to see it go. I mean,
To be honest with you, this whole like fight card, all I wanted to see was fucking Greg Hardy get his ass knocked out, and that's what I saw, and
Yeah.
that is what made it a success for me. I was happy at the end of the day. I don't care if I won or lost on my bets that I made. I did pretty good. I went 3 for 5, but yeah, it was.
And we both picked Tuvasa for
Tuvasa,
sure.
yeah.
On that one.
For sure, man. That was a close one though. I mean, and then you
Well,
saw
I
the
think-
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. No, yeah. I figured it would be kind of like that, right? Two heavyweight bangers. I mean, Hardy can catch him. He actually did. Looks like he caught him once or
Yeah,
twice.
he was about to go down, and then he caught him.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was a
And
close
that's
one.
kind of how those heavyweight with these kind of the newer, less experienced fighters, I feel like go. It's just like it's going to be a quick fight, first round, whoever lands a better punch. And luckily for us and all of the Greg Hardy haters, it went our way.
Yeah.
Dan, did you see the celebration there of Tuvasa after the fight? So what do you
Oh
think about
man,
that?
you guys were talking about it like last week about him drinking out of a shoe, or what's it called?
I want to see
The
Dan do a
A
shoey.
shoey. Oh man, I think there's one that what Mike you said earlier that
They
someone
poured
put
hot
Tabasco
sauce into it, man. Like
hot sauce into
what
their shoe.
assholes
How
those
rude.
fans are. Come
Oh,
on, man.
man.
This dude's drinking a beer out of your shoe. You fucking pour hot sauce in it. Come
Do,
on.
do, do you think this guy's going to start a trend and make this a popular thing? Like, are you guys going to be drinking out of your golf shoes if you beat me at golf
Oh.
next weekend?
Hell no.
I'll have to consider something to be of a celebration if I beat you, Ty.
Dan's gonna call an undie. He's gonna soak his underwear in beer, and he's just.
But yeah, I was happy for that guy. Tuvasa for sure. Hardy lost. That's about the best way that fight could have gone for all of us. And then
And he got knocked the fuck out, which is
he
what I
got
wanted
knocked the
to
fuck
see.
out 100%.
Piece of
And then we
shit.
get into the Burns Thompson fight, which surprised me. What did you think about that fight, Mike?
Yeah, I think going into the fight, the only thing I thought that Wonderboy Thompson's the only thing negative on him was his age, and I think it showed. Burns was able to take him down and do his thing with him.
Yeah.
He wasn't able to submit him, which is surprising. I mean, Wonderboy's he's still he's still got to be top 10. I think Wonderboy's still top 10. But Burns is top 5 for sure.
Burns
you know
is
what
a
I mean?
beast. I think those
Yeah.
takedowns really surprised Thompson.
Yeah, I agree. But he wasn't able to do much with them though. I would say that. Like he wasn't able
but
to
just taking him down and controlling the fight. He had him
That's
up
true.
against the octagon
because no one's ever been able
control.
to do it to Wonder Boy. He's
Yeah,
always been
exactly.
able. His biggest asset is his ability to defend the takedown and make people fight his fight, right? Which
Yeah.
is the stand up fight. And it's this was a classic matchup against him, and we've seen it for years. Him fight these guys and be able to stop that takedown and fight his fight. And the fact that Burns was able to do it, although he's 38, I mean, he still looks in phenomenal shape. Wonder Boy does
For sure.
And you gotta tilt your hat to Burns, and I think he deserves a title shot, and I think he's gonna get it. He's ranked number 2. Still's got to be ranked number 2, right, to the champ. And I think the next fight's gonna be him up there against the champ.
Yeah, no, I think it's funny watching the countdown show. I think you watched it too there, the UFC 264 countdown.
Yeah,
I almost got from watching that. I know it's just from watching a show, but Thompson kind of lost that hunger. Maybe it's his age and the stage he's at in his life. I don't know. He didn't seem like that same guy.
The problem was I've never watched a countdown show with Thompson in it that I can remember. What I mean?
I've seen a couple. I remember seeing a couple, and he just he's all about the kids, which is awesome. But it just seems like he
and
might be in a different
like
stage.
training them, and he's got a school
Exactly.
and all that stuff.
Different
But he's
stage
still
of his
living in the
life.
gym, right? He's still living in the gym.
True, but doing different things. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe it's just me, but
38
it's something
though,
that I picked
it's
up
tough
on.
to be. It's tough to be a number one. You know.
Oh yeah,
it's tough to be
exactly.
number
Age
one.
and stage of life and how he feels as a fighter.
Yeah, for sure.
And the guy's been in some wars too.
But I love Wonder Boy. I love watching his fights.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna see him again. He's gonna be a star. He's gonna be in pay-per-views. You know, I don't think he's going anywhere. But he might not be fighting, you know, number one, number twos.
He might be that kind of gatekeeper guy we talk about for the divisions.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely unique style and probably the best ever to be a karate fighter in the UFC. But the main event, Ty, what happened? You picked it right. Oh
man. Okay, the funny thing is I picked it right. But then, you know, it's these stupid shows, they get you. So the same show that I was just talking about, watching Conor McGregor and his resurgence and you know, he got back to his stupid trash talking and he felt like he was back to me. So I changed my bet and I actually bet on McGregor. I also had a few shots of Jameson that night prior to the fight.
Oh my God.
That could have had something to do with it. So I bet on Conor. And he did decent first round. Okay. Like take away the takedown. When he was on the ground, he was landing a lot of elbows. And it would have been really interesting to see how that second, third round went. Obviously it's a 5-round fight, but I feel like the second and third rounds would have told us a lot more about how that fight was going to go. And we all saw what happened. Dan, what did you think when you saw that snap of
honestly, like I was thinking to myself, and I didn't say it last week when we were recording. I didn't say it anything when we were watching.
You knew he was going to break his fucking
Hold on.
Why don't you tell me?
I had a feeling some type of freak accident was.
Could have got some good odds in that, bro. Come on,
yeah, man.
Ruin the outcome. The last, I don't know if it was the last UFC or the one before, where like two guys like snapped their ankles in half with those kicks. Like complete freak accidents, and something like that to McGregor of all people, the smack talker, the, you know, everything he does out on social media outside of the octagon. I was like, in my gut, I'm like, of all people and of all times, what if? And sure enough, it happened. In the actual fight, I think Poirier was punching himself out. He was getting tired. Yeah, he was hitting some, you know, some pretty big elbows. There was a point in the fight where I thought Herb Dean, if anyone's gonna end the fight, I mean, Herb Dean already called it in the O'Malley fight early. I was like, granted, he's gonna come in.
He's gonna cut. This guy's punched too much. He's too tired.
Yeah. And I'm like, but I don't know. It's so hard to say now. Obviously, if you take away the ankle thing with McGregor, if you're just looking at that point when they were on the ground, from the bottom, from his back, McGregor nearly choked him out like 2-3 times. Then McGregor was giving elbows from the bottom. I don't know. It's so hard to say. I mean, I think at this point, everyone's kind of tired of the same trilogy. Now they're already talking about, you know, the fourth fight, but it's like, I don't know. I don't think it's finished after this fight.
Conor was selling the fight after he was sitting there with his
ankle was broken.
Ankle flipped, and his foot flipped the wrong way.
Beaking off at Poirier, telling the ref that, it's a doctor's that like the doctor called the fight.
Doctor, he wanted to make sure it was a doctor stoppage. Yeah,
doctor stoppage, like all of that. His ankle's like dangling with that.
But how about Joe Rogan, diving down there for an interview? Yeah. You got to give him some credit too. Anything for an interview.
Well, Rogan's the best, man. And yeah, I mean, you got to get in there for an interview. I would not agree with you, Dan, that he almost choked him out twice. I do not think that it came close. I think that Conor was dominated the whole fight, to be honest with you. And I think that if you look at it now, we can see that where he broke his ankle was right before his ankle, before he collapsed. He threw a kick and it hit him. It hit Poirier in the elbow. And you could tell almost immediately that was a deciding factor right there. Those things happen. It's a fight game. That's why there's odds out there. That's why it's never, 100% one way. Anything can happen in a fight. I mean, I don't personally want to see Conor McGregor fight Poirier again. I think Poirier deserves a title shot. I think he's going to fight Oliveira.
He's gonna get
And-
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where he should go. Yeah, I know Connor's the money maker fight, but I think that this is sort of elevated Poirier's to that level. I don't want to see. I want to see that fight. I want to see Poirier fight for the title now. I think Connor has a long road ahead of him, man. He just got surgery, a major surgery. He's gonna have a big recovery. Does he need to fight? No, he doesn't need to fight anymore, right? He's got the money. He's got the fame. He doesn't need to fight anymore. He has to find that drive in him to want to fight. If not, he's going to have to go and fight the guys that Sean O'Malley's fighting today. Not the top 10 contender.
He does burn through a lot of that money, though,
contender.
man. If you follow him on social media, that guy spends
do.
money like
Have you
no one's
seen
business.
his suits? Those suits
Yeah, and he's
alone
in
are like
these massive
$30,000.
yachts
Flights,
and this
his
and
flights,
that.
his
Yeah,
yachts.
Yachts and everything. No.
Vacations and shit adds up. He
But
flies
he's
his
gotta
whole
have-
training camp everywhere.
The problem
there's
is he's going to
one
have
thing,
to
though.
start winning, and he's getting up there in age. I mean, so's Poirier. They're the same age. They're not that old.
They're only 32.
But your prime is 28. So, I mean, they're past their prime. So,
And McGregor's
You
going to
know?
be coming back from a major injury, obviously.
exactly. I mean, it's tough to do. Can it be done? Yes. I don't think he's going to do it. I just don't think he's the one to do it. He's lost 3 of his last 4 fights against top contenders. I mean,
The thing is, the
I don't
UFC is
see
going to
him.
find a spot for him. Obviously, they could even do, depending what happens with Nate Diaz, there's that fight there down the
Fills you
road.
belt, yeah, for sure.
But we talked about this a little bit before. Like, he moves the needle. This was the second highest UFC
Pay-per-view buys, yeah.
pay-per-view buys ever.
Because
Dana-
everyone wanted to
Dana-
see Connor to win. Everyone wanted to see Connor win this fight. The
Dana
trilogy
White's
belt.
not gonna. That's what he
It's
wants.
his cash.
right?
That's his
Yeah,
cash
exactly.
cow.
It's a business.
They did want to see him win, but look, he was already selling the fight. Like I said, laying on the mat there, calling out Poirier, which I think the axe getting.
Who wants to see McGregor Poirier 4? What's that going to prove? So
You're
now
gonna watch?
you
Because
beat him.
all the McGregor
Yeah, I'm
fans,
going to watch
Mike,
it, but so you're
Mike,
going to beat him.
Mike, all the McGregor
So now you're going to 2-2
fans.
into a fucking a best out of 5 series here.
There's
Fuck.
a lot of
Why don't we
McGregor
make it a
fans
best
out
out of
there.
7 series?
Mike, there's a lot of McGregor fans in the world. Clearly, these are the people paying for these pay-per-views, but they don't care. They don't think this was a loss. They think this was a doctor stoppage. That's why Connor was barking it at Herb Dean. Like, they think he was going to win that fight. They think he did good in the first round. He landed 80% of his punches, they're saying, or something stupid. But they thought he was going to come back in the second and third later in the fight, win the fight. So that is all that matters
Well, this
in
is
terms
ridiculous.
of
Let's just
Dana
make
White
this a
thinking.
Stanley Cup fucking playoff round and make it a best of 7 series. Because
You know
I
what?
don't
It
want
could.
I don't want to see a McGregor Poirier 4. I want to see Poirier fight for the title next. I want to see
No.
McGregor get healthy.
We
and
will
come
see
back
that
and fight
next.
Nate Diaz or someone like that.
Yeah.
That
McGregor's
would be
done
a big
for a while.
draw.
Don't worry. We won't see
He
him
can't
for a
come
while.
back and fight these top 5s anymore. He's got to, move
Yeah.
back a little bit.
I totally agree. But real quick here, before we jump off the UFC, Misha Tate makes her return this Saturday night on UFC Fight Night against
Absolutely.
Marion Renault, who I'm not too familiar with. But I was surprised. I looked at the odds before the show. Misha Tate's a favorite, minus 140 favorite.
Yeah, they're very close though. She's a 140
Yeah.
favorite, and I think that
But after this layoff and all that, like that's crazy,
Renault's
man.
like a plus 110, so like, it's not that much of it. It's almost a coin flip. But you got to give the nod. I mean, I think most people are just giving the nod to Misha Tate just because she is the former UFC champion and she's a former Strikeforce champion, multiple times
Yeah.
over. And I'm going with Misha Tate just because I've met her and she's from the Pacific Northwest and
Fellow
we're obviously
Seahawks
huge fans
fan.
from her. Seahawk fan. And we're representing Misha Tate in this one 100%. I'm gonna be watching. We're gonna be cheering. My whole family's gonna be going for her. So obviously, much love out there for Misha Tate. Bring it home on Saturday night because we want to see her rise to the top again. I'd love to see Misha Tate take out Nunez for the UFC
Oh,
belt,
boy.
and I think that she can do it.
That'd be sick. That is,
And she
that's
looks
a bold-
phenomenal. Like if you guys haven't
She
seen her on
does, she
social
does.
media, she looks like
Oh.
she's shredded. She's
Mhm.
focused. She's a mother now. She's got her husband, I think, but she's definitely focused on.
She's ready to go, man.
on fighting. Yeah, and she's got new goals, which I love.
I gotta take a leak.
All right, West Coast Sport Junkies update on the golf stuff. What do we got, boys?
It's major week.
Major.
Boom.
It is the Open Championship down at Royal St. George's Golf Club in England. And it's the last major of the year. It's pretty exciting because it was skipped over last year due to COVID. So Shane Lowry is the defending champion. He won in 2019. I love links golf. I love the elements they have to play in. There's a lot of wind always, usually a little bit of rain, long, ugly, rough, stupid pot bunkers that Mike would not be able to get out of. Dan would just probably sleep there. He wouldn't have a chance again. But it makes for an interesting weekend of golf. So many elements they have to deal with. The favorite in this tournament, which I was not completely surprised considering he's been playing so well, is John Rahm. He is an 8-1 favorite. Next closest being, I believe, like Brooks Koepka and DJ at 16-1. So that was pretty surprising. They haven't hosted a major at this course the Open at this course since 2011, where Darren Clark won. Mike, I don't know if you remember that. Older long shot, similar to a Mickelson story, the PGA Championship. What's interesting about that last tournament in 2011 here at this course is Mickelson and DJ finished runner-up, losing by 3 strokes. Mike, how excited are you for this tournament?
Obviously, I'm fucking pumped up for this tournament, man. And it's the last major of the year, which sucks because, after this tournament, there's no more majors, but you still have the FedEx Cup and the Ryder Cup and stuff like that. But this is a big one, obviously being the oldest tournament on tour, the British Open. It's going to come down to, it's still the top, I think it's top 10 for me. Top 10 for me are going to take it. Like you said, Rahm, yeah, he's got to be in the mix. You're going to have, for whatever reason, the name in my head is Spieth. I got Spieth in my head. I think Spieth's going to take this one for whatever reason. But yeah, DJ can take it. All those guys, those long hitters, consistent. That's what you want to see. The Koepkas.
Yeah,
I don't think you're going to see like DeChambeau be very good on a links course. They're long, narrow.
Totally agree. He's too wild.
He's bombing the balls, and like the rough isn't like rough like we see here. We're talking like 3 foot,
like long fescue.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not like you see here, right? So it's going to be a little bit different for that matter, but for sure, I'm excited. I'm going to be up watching. I stay up. I'll be up tomorrow night. This is Tuesday night right now, so I'll be up Wednesday night into Thursday morning, definitely watching what's going on because this is a big one. One of my favorites for sure of the year. It's probably my second favorite tournament of the year, other than the Masters, for sure.
I totally agree with you, and it's funny because they tee off our time just after midnight, I believe, Thursday morning. So I'm going to be staying up too. It's like an annual tradition. Obviously, it didn't happen last year, which I talked about, but I'm really excited. And I'm going to correct myself actually here. I just pulled up the odds, so I was right about Rahm. He's just about 8.5-1. Koepka is the clear favorite, second favorite at 14-1, and then Schauffele is the third favorite at 17-1. DJ 25-1. He's down there a little bit, which is surprising. Might be some.
Well, that's some good betting odds because like Schauffele has never closed, right? He's always in the mix, but he's never been a guy you want
on your team, right? If you do like fantasy team pool, because he's going to contend, but the guy never wins.
He'll be around on Sunday, but
so it's a little surprising to have him up that high.
Yeah, you're gonna want. You and DJ at 25-1. Yeah, I'm gonna throw some money on DJ for sure. And what's Spieth at if you have the odds in front of you?
Yeah. Spieth is 18-1, so he's actually he's a good pick too, and there's some good value there as well.
That's the name that's in my head right now. I just think that the golf he's played this year, and I remember him contending at a few of these British Opens. I think he still needs to get one, right? He hasn't had a British Opens. Am I correct?
No, he won one.
He won one. Okay.
The only
He
thing
hasn't gotten
Spieth
what?
is missing is the PGA Championship.
Oh, really? Okay. So, yeah.
Because he's won the Masters, he won the U.S. Open at Chambers Bay. And
Right.
he's just missing the PGA Championship. But
Okay, right on. So yeah, that's what I'm. That's where I'm. For whatever reason, that's where my feelings are going towards.
Yeah,
is Spieth
totally.
on this one here. But
So-
Dan, what do you think, buddy?
yeah, so Chris just stepped out here. Why don't we do a little shot bet here? The three
I'm
of
just
us.
looking
and
at the
Chris is gonna
odds-
drink regardless.
odds here. What Ty was pulling up, and I really want to go with a long shot, like a Justin Thomas or a Patrick Reed,
Justin
Okay,
Thomas
here.
is not a long shot, is he?
based on his odds.
He is.
2,000?
No, it's like 20-1.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
a good bet. That's a good bet. You sure you didn't? Dustin Johnson is 25-1, and Thomas is
he's
20-1.
Yeah, Rory's
And
22
Dustin
to 1.
Johnson is the number 2 in the world. I'd say
No, he
that's
moved up.
there
He's
you
number
go.
1 now. So Rom had to finish 6th or better at the Scottish Open last week to hold on to that number 1 status, and he actually finished worse than that. So now
So Dustin
PJ
Johnson is
is
number 1 in the world.
number 1 in the world
And
again.
he's
Rom's number
25-1
2.
odds. Well,
got
you
it.
guys, I'm talking about value right here. Okay, there's a value bet right there.
I'm with you, man.
Boom.
I like it. And
Yeah,
at the last time,
he can contend in this. He
oh yeah,
can
and
win this tournament. For
and
sure.
what I just brought up is he last played this course in 2011, obviously a lot younger. He finished tied second with Mickelson, 3 shots back of the eventual winner, Darren Clark.
There you
So
go.
he had some success at this course, and yeah, man, he definitely. I think he'll be in the mix, and that's a good value bet for sure. So here, why don't we do a little shot bet here? We're gonna go ahead and give Chris John Rahm the favorite because he always takes the favorite. So Mike, we'll do oldest to youngest in terms of the picks after Chris. So go ahead, you can pick second here.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't even if I had first pick, I probably wouldn't even take Rom, to be honest with you.
Yep.
That's just me. But I would go. So if I get second pick, I'm gonna go with who I told you guys all along, who I'm feeling. I'm gonna go with Spieth. I think Spieth's got it. I think he's gonna take it.
Okay. I guess that would make me next. I'm gonna go with Xander.
Wow, interesting pick. Maybe he'll get his first major.
Schauffele.
Can we do like 2 or 3 of these picks? Because there's so many good players out there still.
Yeah, we can. I'm gonna take my boy Brooksy.
Oh my god.
The guy
next?
is unreal in majors. Obviously, you look at his score to par, he's crushing the next best person in the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years in major tournaments. The guy's always in the mix, and he will be picking up a Open Championship to add to his collection of trophies this weekend.
Is there any like Croatian golfers we can give Chris for the next round?
No,
He'll know.
he could probably find some Croatian connection to somebody.
Chris, is there any Croatian golfers that we can give you to that's going to be playing in the British Open?
No.
Well, we gave you the favorite of the tournament for our usual shot bet. You have John Rahm to win
John Rahm, baby.
to win the Open Championship.
So the
Looking
next
forward
pick's
to
on
it.
you. Go. Who you got, buddy? We're gonna do 2 rounds of this.
What do you mean?
Pick a golfer.
Yeah, we're gonna take 2.
John
We're
Rahm?
gonna take
the second one.
two players.
Well, I don't know 2 golfers. I only know one.
Take Mike Weir, Tiger Woods.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We'll give him Bryson DeChambeau, big hitter. Mike, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna take Dustin Johnson. Thank you.
Dan, go ahead.
I think I'm gonna go with. Okay, question here: is Justin Thomas from England, or is he American?
No, he's from America.
Okay, who's the guy?
He's
Is it Adam Scott? He's
Australian.
he's Australian. Who's in
Hey,
English?
Please stop talking.
Is Ricky in it?
No, he's
Valid.
not.
No. Okay, I'll take Louis Oosthuizen.
Louis Oosthuizen, good pick. He's contended in a lot of the majors recently.
Just
he's
call him
kind of like
Louis, please.
he's kind of like an older Shoffley. He can't. He has a major, but he can't get that next
Oh
one.
my god! So I got two old guys. Is
Yeah.
what you're saying?
No.
Shoffley's not
But-
old.
He's not old. He's just a guy that can't close the deal. Can't take that next step. But anyways, I'm
Why
gonna take
don't you
Rory
guys give me
McIlroy
that
with my second
information
pick.
before I make my picks. Telling me old guys can't close after I've already
You're
picked
a
them?
You're a West Coast sports junkie, man. You got to know your facts, okay? You want to step on the table with the big boys. All right, it's gonna be a fun weekend, and we'll go over these results next week.
Who
boom.
was your last pick, Ty?
Rory McIlroy.
Okay, good one.
Buddy. Okay, that was our show for the evening. Great show, episode 23. Talked a lot about the soccer, the beautiful game. The dirty talk has been postponed. It does not exist for this episode because we just couldn't get dirty enough. Dirty Dan from Dirty New West. Oh yeah, Queensboro, baby. Remember to follow us, and you can check out our website, www.westcoastsportjunkies.ca. All of our content is there. YouTube has been pretty popular lately. Continue to watch us there. Subscribe, press like. You'll love the outcome. Great time with the boys.
Cooler full of beer of West Coast Sports Junkies favorites. $100 gift card to Morgan Creek. Follow us on Instagram. Like this episode post when we release the episode. And subscribe to us on YouTube. And tag 3 friends.
You heard it here, boys. Folks, that's how you win.
When's the winner going to be announced, boys?
Winner will be announced during episode 24. That's right. Episode 24. We're going to have the winner announced during the episode. We will have that winner at that time. Give us a like. Do what Ty said. You'll get what you want. And that's it. On behalf of the West Coast Sports Junkies for this beautiful Tuesday evening on the 13th of July. Adios.
Goodbye.